Alright, Schlockmeister fans, another do-over! A re-review from my previous channel from the Bloody Schoolgirls triple feature. We're watching something called Girls Night Out. NITE, N-I-T-E. Let's check it out. Our movie starts out in an insane asylum where somebody hangs himself. Apparently a Mr. Kavanaugh. Game's over, they won. Now it's set for the big scavenger hunt annual event.
And don't forget to be with me again tomorrow night for this annual WDBX scavenger hunt. Hey, Brian. How about a cheer?
Right, recognize Julia Montgomery from Revenge of the Nerds.
So, you guys plan on having a big party tonight?
Oh, we never miss a party.
Alright, our next scene involves some gravediggers, which apparently there's no coffins. It's at night. They're just dragging a body from a body bag. It's apparently the guy who hung himself, but somebody, I guess, is mad about it. Lynn bumps into a creepy guy. Is it a red herring?
It's me.
What?
You dropped this.
Oh. Oh, thank you.
Anyway, they're off to a party. We learn about a student who went bad years ago.
Then one night they took old Dickie out into the woods. Dickie came back. Mine just kind of stayed out there. They had to take him up to the loony bin at old Weston Hill.
He said this guy Dickie Kavanaugh did flip out. Yeah. But it had nothing to do with the bear ritual. He got hung up on some cheerleader. And then he killed her.
There's that basketball player we saw.
Little bitch. You just take what you can get. All of you, you're nothing but a bunch of whores.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, we have another kill. And a loving spoonful.
Sorry.
Local security guy is none other than Hal Holbrook. His son was in the movie. Somebody's making him almost like a Freddy Krueger type weapon with some steak knives. Remember that bear mascot? Looks like our killer has gotten a hold of the costume. Clever. And during the scavenger hunt, scavenger hunt clues are being read on the radio.
WDBX, what can I do you for?
Dickie out. Jamie is #1.
This girl finds the body of the last victim. And then she's gonna run right smack into the killer. This woman's taking a bath. Little does she know someone's lurking around her apartment. Fooled us.
Will you please hand me a towel?
Security McVeigh.
Yeah, hi, this is Charlie Kaiser over at WDBX.
Yeah.
This may be nothing, but I'm getting some really strange calls here at the station.
What do you mean strange?
Well, somebody's been calling up and saying some pretty off-the-wall things.
Faster than that.
Security McVeigh. Who the hell is this?
Dickie Kavanaugh checked out of here 2 days ago. Couldn't have been him.
What do you mean checked out? How?
Mac, Dickie Kavanaugh killed himself. He hung himself in his cell.
Hey, Benson, are you nuts? You scared me half to death.
Hello, Leslie. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
And although we don't see what happens to her, we can presume the worst, I think.
All night, Charlie Kaiser.
The twins are together again.
Lynn finds a body.
WDBX, Kaiser.
Charlie, this is Mac.
Hey, Macros.
Just listen. I want you to get on right now and announce that the scavenger hunt is over.
Over? What's happening?
I'll explain later.
I saw Benson in his costume before I walked into the chapel.
Who's Benson? What cousin?
Michael Benson. He's our team mascot.
Please interview everybody.
And then Sheila said to him, "But you don't know me." He grabbed her, ripped her dress. And that's when she hit him. And he just started hollering at the top of his lungs. He called girls whores.
Make what his name is now.
But it does matter. What was his name?
Benson. Michael Benson.
Why'd she break up with you?
I don't know.
Come on, you went out with her for over 2 years, and you don't know why she dumped you? That's all you were doing?
Got ourselves a jealous boyfriend.
Trying to say.
I'm trying to say anything, just ask me a question.
What's the matter, Bud?
I remember we went last night.
Wasn't with anybody.
I mean,
Get out.
No,
Take it out. Get out.
no,
It's over. It's over. Get out of the room. Get out of
I don't want to be here. I want to go over right now. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
Don, what the hell's going on? Answer me!
If you want her, come and get her.
What the hell is this?
Hal Holbrook's figured it out, or will.
Headquarters for questioning. He was accompanied by his twin sister. Twin? Twin sister, yeah.
Don! Lady Kavanaugh?
I'm not Katie.
But she was.
She was bad like the rest of them. You know I killed her.
He tells her that Dickie hung himself.
Matt. What are you talking about? He's not dead.
She opens up the cooler. And apparently, she took Dickie's body from those gravediggers and set him up. Alright, let's talk about Girls' Night Out. This is the second time in my life I'd seen this movie. I picked this up on the Bloody Schoolgirls triple feature. Prior to that, I'd never heard of it before. I'm guessing it got a VHS release, but I'm not sure. But anyway, Hal Holbrook is in this movie, and I think the only reason he's in this movie is because his son is in this movie, and they used his son to get his dad to do a little bit part. Incidentally, from IMDb, what I read is that Hal Holbrook's parts were all done away from the entire cast. They just kind of synced it in to make it look like he was with everybody else, but in reality, he was not. So, but anyway, it's basically a typical 80s slasher. Julia Montgomery's in this. You might recognize her as Betty Childs, the main cheerleader in Revenge of the Nerds. And there's this college campus, DeWitt University, and apparently years ago, I mean not years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, this guy named Dickie Cavanaugh went nuts and killed this girl after the girl that he was with left him for somebody else or something like that. So they hauled him out to the loony bin, and he's been there ever since. But in the beginning of the movie, we see a quote-unquote Mr. Cavanaugh hang himself. Well, you don't see a face or anything, so obviously that's him, I guess. So, but anyway, next thing you know, Cavanaugh's body is being buried, and apparently his sister ordered the burial, but it's being buried in the dead of night, and he's not even in a coffin. He's just in a body bag. They drag him out of the truck, the two gravediggers, but before they can get him in the ground, somebody kills them. And anyway, fast forward to the school, and next thing you know, people are getting killed one by one. There's a great big scavenger hunt that happens every year, and that's what's going on this one Hell Night or something like that. The radio announcers announce the clues and everything. Everybody goes looking for stuff, and people start dying. And we hear the person who's killing them. We just hear this grovelly voice saying, slut, whore, stuff like that. And the guy or the killer calls the radio station and says, I got this person, I got that person. Hal Holbrook eventually figures it all out by looking at some old clippings of Dickie Cavanaugh, who he finds out did die after hanging himself. And according to a newspaper article, at one point during one of his court appearances, he was accompanied by his twin sister. Well, he's like, twin sister? So then he wanders the campus and finds a murder scene in the kitchen. And he sees the killer as a woman, and he's like, Jamie Cavanaugh. And she's like, I'm not Jamie. She talks in a girl's and boy's voice, like she's taking both roles of twins, I guess. I don't know. And then Hal Holbrook tells her that, look, your brother killed himself. He's gone. And then Jamie kind of comes back to normal and says, I don't know what you're talking about. I just saw him. I took care of him. She opens up the cooler in this school, and inside is Dickie Cavanaugh in a wheelchair, dead, and just sitting there. And that's kind of how our movie ends. Strange ending, strange film. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this one. Like I said, this is the second time I've seen this, although I didn't remember a damn thing about it. Literally nothing. Very cheaply made, as far as I can tell. No nudity. You'd expect a film like this to have some, but it doesn't. There was a fair amount of people who died, and there was some gore in this movie. You know what? I feel like I should hate this movie, or not hate this movie. I feel like I should really not like this, but something about it just resonated to me as being okay. It wasn't as bad as I think it was, put it that way. I enjoyed it more than I think I should have, put it that way. And I didn't enjoy it that much, but it was okay. I'd watch this again. I don't know what else to tell you. But anyway, you can get this on the Bloody Schoolgirls triple feature with One Dark Night and Blood Sisters. And I know One Dark Night has been released on Blu-ray since then, but there's 4 discs on here because One Dark Night actually has 2 discs with a bunch of extras on the other one. Strange. And I'll leave a link to this triple feature on Amazon if you want to buy it. Otherwise, scroll around Amazon a little bit. You can find Girls Night Out is in a standalone DVD, I think, for about $19.99. So anyway, check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about Girls Night Out. Watch it. Bye. And why is night spelled N-I-T-E? People can't spell.